Good evening. I'm back. And tonight we're just going to do a little bit of learning, a little bit of studying. I know, a lot of fun. But I figure if you guys are here, we can chat too. But I don't feel like writing a lot of code, but I do feel like learning about how to build large language models. So I'm gonna lean into that, and we'll do some reading, take some notes. Y'all can hang out if you want. Probably stream for about an hour. Probably read for about an hour, and then I kind of want to check out this new video game that just came out called Avowed. It's free on Game Pass, so if you have Xbox, you should give it a look. See. All right. So we left off on page 32, section 1.5. Hold on to your hats, people. This is going to be exciting. Turn the music down a little bit for me. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys, but it's a little bit too loud for me. Okay, so utilizing large data sets. The large training data sets for popular GPT and BERT-like models, and if I remember right, GPT is Generative Pre-trained Transformers, and then BERT stands for Bidirectional Encoder Representations from Transformers. That is a mouthful. A literal mouthful. I know my title says coffee in code. I promise I'm not just drinking Gatorade. I am drinking some coffee too. I figure it's probably good to dehydrate and then rehydrate. Although you have to drink quite a bit of coffee to dehydrate yourself. Like you're talking like 40 ounces of coffee, which I'm not planning on doing this evening. And if you guys are curious what book I'm reading a book called the book is called Building a Large Language Model. I've had a couple people ask me that. I got it on Amazon, and it was recommended on Lex Friedman's podcast. Building large. It's a little pricey. I think it was about $50 all in with tax and everything, so it was a little pricey. But people said it was worth it, so yeah. I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff with generative AI at work. And I've built quite a few things with just the foundational models using like ChatGPT and, or I shouldn't say ChatGPT, using OpenAI's API and Anthropic's API. But I really wanted to go kind of like a layer deeper in that stack. I want to understand like how the LLMs are also put together, how they're actually like built and trained. So that's why I'm reading the book. Elijah, I guess I appreciate that comment. It's a very strange comment, though. Hope you're doing well, Elijah. Hope your day is going well. I don't know. I think YouTube might still hold the award for the weirdest comments. TikTok hasn't left any weird comments, but YouTube, man, I get some strange comments over there. All right, so we're gonna do a little reading here. We're doing a little studying. Learning about large language models. The large training data sets for popular GPT and BERT-like models represent diverse and comprehensive text corpora. I promise I can read. Encompassing billions of words, which include a vast array of topics and natural and computer languages. To provide a concrete example, Table 1.1 summarizes the data set used for pre-training GPT-3, which served as the base model for the first version of ChatGPT-3. Oh wow. Web crawl data, proportion and training data. So the vast majority is internet data, like books. Wikipedia only is 3% of the training data for GPT-3. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would have thought it was way larger than that. That just shows how big the web is. The web is just a ginormous chunk of text. Table 1.1 reports the number of tokens, where a token is a unit of text that a model reads, and the number of tokens in a data set is roughly equivalent to the number of words and punctuation characters in the text. I don't know, Elijah, but you're asking some weird questions, bro. I hope you're having a great day. No shade on you. I'm not at all interested in what you're bringing to the party, bro. So I'm gonna hide you. Actually, I'll put you in a timeout. How about that? So I'll put you in a timeout. I'm not feeling what you're putting down, Elijah. I tell YouTube, man. YouTube. TikTok seems to be much more chill. Like, people don't even really leave comments over here on TikTok. It's kind of interesting. TikTok actually shows you when people click into your stream. Like, it'll actually show you, like, hey, this person joined, which is kind of cool. YouTube should consider adding that as a feature. Okay, the main takeaway is that the scale and diversity of this training data set allow these models to perform well on diverse tasks, including language syntax, semantics, and context, even some requiring general knowledge. Let's see. The pre-trained nature of these models make them incredibly versatile for further fine-tuning on downstream tasks, which is why they are also known as base or foundation models. Pre-training LLMs requires access to significant resources and is very expensive. For example, the GPT-3 pre-training cost is estimated to be $4.6 million in terms of cloud computing credits. That's unbelievable. $4.6 million to train a model? I guess I'm not building any foundation models anytime soon. I don't think anyone is. I mean, shit. That's nuts. The good news is that pre-trained LLMs available as open source models can be used as general purpose tools to write, extract, and edit text that were not part of the training data. Also, LLMs can be fine-tuned on specific tasks with relatively smaller data sets, reducing the computational resources needed and improving performance. The thing is, though, like, I've tried to run and host LLMs locally on my machines. Like, I even tried to replace GitHub Copilot with CodeLlama. Like, I had CodeLllama running locally using Ollama, and then I had an extension in VS Code that would talk to that instance of Ollama running, and the inference was just slow. Like, it was just slow, which made it not really well usable. And obviously, you could say, well, that's because, Steven, your hardware was not good enough. But I mean, my hardware is what my hardware is. I'm just not going to run out and buy a new laptop so I can have my own local hosted version of GitHub Copilot. So I think there's still some work to be done there. Okay, so we will implement the code for pre-training and use it to pre-train an LLM for educational purposes. All computations are executed on consumer hardware. After implementing the pre-training code, we will learn how to reuse openly available model weights and load them into the architecture we will implement, allowing us to skip the expensive pre-training stage when we fine-tune our LLM. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even know you can do that. So you can actually, what did he say? We can reuse openly available model weights and load them into the architecture we will implement. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Here, this is why you read, man. This is why you read. Hey, Hunter. What's up, man? Good to see you. I saw your comment on my video. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your interactions. Super nice. And thanks for coming and hanging out in the stream for a bit. It's not a very exciting stream this evening. I didn't really feel like building much, but I am excited to learn more about building large language models, so I'm studying. At some point in this book, we're gonna get to the point where we actually do some actual code. We're gonna use PyTorch. We're actually gonna try to actually build our own little LLM. I'm just at the beginning of the book though, so bear with me. GPT was originally introduced in the paper Improving Large Language Understanding by Generative Pre-Training. I need to go back and read these papers. Improving Language Understanding by Generative Pre-Training. Actually, it might be interesting to one of the things that I learned in college that's been super helpful in my career has been how to read. Basically, having a very structured way of reading academic papers. Because academic papers are super dense and they're super condensed, and you sort of need a kind of a structured approach to be able to understand how should I approach breaking this down and understanding what they're trying to communicate. I had my cell biology teacher was what was her name? It was a woman. Crap, I forgot her name, but that was one of my favorite things that we took away. She spent like a whole week with us because we were going to have to we had to read a ton of research papers in her class. And so she spent like a week with us of we just come to lecture and we would take a paper and we'd tear it apart. Not tear it apart in the sense of like, it's a bad paper. Tear it apart in the sense of like, this is how you should annotate it. This is how you should take notes. This is how you should start reading it. This is, so that might be kind of interesting to do one time on stream. Although nobody might find that interesting except me. Hunter, yeah, I forgot to look at it. Yeah, I appreciate you, Hunter. Hunter, I'm gonna go to bed. See ya. Yeah, no worries, man. It's okay. I understand if this isn't up your alley, but thanks for stopping in. Daddy's boy servant. This guy coding the FBI website while I can't even add a Discord bot. No FBI website over here, man. I'm learning about large language models. Trying to learn how they're built. That's what I'm doing. I would never in a million years do anything to upset the FBI. Hey, no worries, Hunter. Yeah, man. Sleep good. Hope you have a good night's sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, a GPT was, we already read that, sorry. GPT-3 is a scaled up version of this model that has more parameters and was trained on a larger data set. In addition, the original model offered in ChatGPT was created by fine-tuning GPT-3 on a large instruction data set using a method from OpenAI's Instruct paper. That's interesting. So ChatGPT is a fine-tuned version of GPT-3. I did not know that. What's this one called? Training language models to follow instructions with human feedback. It's bothering me that I can't remember that professor's name. I shouldn't have forgot her name like that. It's not cool. It'll come to me. I think some people didn't care for her because she could be pretty. She was kind of a hard ass, but I mean, you definitely walked away from her class having learned some shit. God, what was her name? Let's see. Missouri Southern Faculty. God, it's just bothering me. Academics. Wonder where they probably have like a faculty, right? Like a. There we go, faculty and staff. Directory, maybe? I don't know, I can't remember. Well, you have to, it's a Power BI report? You have to sign in to use this? That's weird. Oh, weird. You have to, oh, you have to have an account to look at their faculty directory? That's weird. Missouri Southern Cell Biology Professor. Nope, she wasn't there when I was there. It wasn't her. I wonder if she's retired at this point. This guy's a legend. Dr. James Jackson, he's a legend at Southern. God, I can't remember. I can't remember for the life of me. I cannot remember her name. Okay, back. I've gotten distracted. Okay, back to the whole point of here. Boston Sports Cards. Hey, what's up, man? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in again. I appreciate you guys who have been like coming into my live streams really regularly. Yep. Hey, Boston Sports Cards. Thanks for saying hi. Sorry I missed your messages. I was kind of sidetracked there. I've kind of gone down this. I got fixated on something for a second. The Celtics play tonight, huh? Right? Actually, their game might be over, huh? I thought they played tonight, or was that last night? Yeah, oh, it's already, no, hold on. Today's the 19th, right? What month are we in? February? Oh, I guess they played them. Yeah, Thursday, right? Is today Thursday or Wednesday? My days are all blurred together. Today's Wednesday. I'm sorry. Tomorrow. I thought I time traveled into the future a day there, Boston Sports Cards. I'm sorry there, buddy. But, yeah, this stream is really nothing too exciting happening right now. I'm just kind of studying this book that I bought and hanging out with you guys. So, no worries if you feel like you want to bounce, Boston Sports Cards. But if you want to hang out and chat, I'm here. Hunter, his streams are kind of fun. Yeah, they can be fun. I appreciate that, Hunter. Let's see. Yeah, it's when Hunter Dunce. Hi, sir. Hey, Dunce. Or Dunce. Dunce. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate it. I don't have a lot of interesting entertainment this evening planned. Tyrone T looking like Jesse Pinkman. No way. I don't look like Jesse Pinkman. You think so? I don't know, man. I don't see it. I guess I'd have to shave my head, but I don't see it, man. Boston Sports Cards, your streams are always fun. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. I mean, I try to make it fun by making sure I interact with you guys. You know, as much as you guys want to chat, we can chat. Yeah, Tyrone T though, I don't see the Boston Sports Cards. You agree, right? Yeah, I don't see it either. I don't see it either, man. He does from that angle. So like if I look straight ahead or look to the side, which one? What do you mean? Tyrone T, of course not. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Tyrone T's got us all kinds of fucked up in here right now. You got us twisted up. I did legs earlier today. I worked out and did some Romanian deadlifts. Whew. My legs are cooked. I have not been training legs seriously for the last 6 or 8 months. And I've kind of been taking it a little bit more serious the last 2 weeks. And yeah, my legs are cooked. Do you guys use, do any of you guys use, I don't know if Tyrone mad we don't agree with him. Yeah, he might have left because of that. He's like, I'm leaving. These guys are no fun. Do any of you guys use LLMs? Do any of you guys use like ChatGPT or Claude or DeepSeek or any of these? Boston Sports Cards, you still I don't know, man. I've never felt jacked in my life. My whole life. Never felt that way about myself. I like the emojis there. Nice. This seems like a very important concept right here, so I'm going to quote it. Copying stuff from a PDF is just all kinds of fucked up. Actually, Boston Sports Cards, you use ChatGPT? Yeah, nice. It's good for a lot of things. I mean, it's definitely, my favorite thing about it is it's great for like blank page problems, right? If you need to write something, you need to draft something, you don't know where to start, it's a great place to start. It'll just, you know, pump out a bunch of text, and then you're kind of like, okay, yeah, I can work with that. Actually, Boston Sports Card, you missed my stream earlier today. You like the background music? Yeah, the background music is from a website called Lo-Fi Generator. And the reason I use it is because it's algorithmically generated, so it's none of its can be copied. It won't get you copyright strikes against you for using it in videos, because it's not anybody else's music. It's all just generated on the fly, which is pretty cool. It helps me with ideas. Oh, Boston Sports Card. What I was saying, I wasn't saying that you missed my stream this morning. I wasn't saying that you shouldn't have done that. What I was trying to say was, on my stream this morning, my brother jumped into the stream, which I think you guys would have really enjoyed. He's really, really funny. I'm sure he'll do it again sometime. It was like oh yeah, don't even worry about that, man. Yeah, I don't expect anyone to come to everything I do. But I wanted to tell you that because I think you would enjoy, if you do catch me one time and he's in, I think you would enjoy that. He's really funny. He's super into sports too. We're real similar in a lot of ways. Different in a lot of ways and similar in a lot of ways, but he's very funny. Auto progressive. Hope I get some. You will, yeah, I'm sure. The reason why it happened was, so you could kind of see like my stream tonight has kind of a little bit different format. It's vertical. And the whole reason I did that was because I wanted to stream to TikTok instead of Twitch. Because I haven't had anyone really on Twitch interact with me much. So I was like, I'll just try streaming somewhere different. And I guess, I mean, that's probably the vast majority of people probably spend their time on TikTok these days. And so I guess he said I showed up, my live stream showed up in his For You page. and then and then he called me and was like, "Hey, let me in on the stream. Put me on the stream with you." Yeah. But I'm sure it'll happen again at some point. No trolls this evening though, Boston Sports Card. I think you've been in some of my streams when we've had like tons and tons of troll people hanging out, but it's quiet tonight. It's kind of nice. Even though they're trolls, they get. I mean, that's. I mean, it's a valid point. I mean, there is some right. There is probably some level of interaction that that trolls bring you, right? That probably contributes to the algorithm. But I mean, honestly, Boston Sports Cards though, I would take for every 10 of those people, I would take, one of somebody like you who just wants to hang out and chat and interact in kind of a genuine, engaged way. Uh, Especially some of their comments. Some of their comments are just makes me roll my eyes, man. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I know people got busy lives and their time is, time is a precious thing, So I really do appreciate people who take any even a minute or a second out of their day to sit down and watch something that I made or to hang out with me on a live stream or to comment on a video. Um, I mean, our time is literally a manifestation of our life. You know what I mean? So how you spend it is is important shit. So I'm always super appreciative of people spending any time engaging with my stuff. Okay, here I think we're starting to move out of theory and into actual doing here. Now that we've laid the groundwork for understanding LLMs, let's code one from scratch. We will take the fundamental idea behind GPT as a blueprint and tackle this in 3 stages. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Some are really mean. I like your streams because you're really appreciative of people who come. Well, hey man, I'm glad that comes through. Yeah, some of the it's not like yeah, and like seriously, like nothing that the trolls ever say gets to me because it's like this is just some random fucking people on the internet, right? Like, who gives a shit? But but I do appreciate those people who aren't like that. Um, but I'm glad that comes through in the stream that I'm appreciative because I am. Um, and honestly, like I would still make content if no one interacted with it. I mean, you can look back at the content I've made on this channel. Most of my videos have like 0 views, 1 view. The majority of the content I make is for me, and if other people enjoy it, then great. If not, so be it. But yeah, I am glad that it comes through that I'm appreciative. Okay, so let me they're random people. That's right, they're a bunch of randos. It's been cool though to see people come back or leave comments on videos or stuff that like I starting to have familiarity with, like you, like Boston Sports Cards, like you. There's another guy named Skelly who leaves comments and drops into streams. There's a guy named Kajani Adventures who will stop in. Oh yeah, no worries, man. Do your thing. Okay, so all of these, basically this results in, how do I want to represent this? I want to represent this as like these steps cause something to happen. But what's the best way to do that? Like, these three give us a, what do they give us? They give us an LLM. And then stage 2, these give us a foundation model. So training loop, model evaluation. Yeah, no worries, Boston Sports Cards. Do your thing, man. No worries. Come and go as you please. You don't even have to. You don't have to tell me. So these give us a foundation model, which is like ChatGPT or so on. Ah, that was quick, man. That was less than 2 minutes. And so this is the important bits because this is the bits that give us the ability to do this without expensive training. Allow us to avoid expensive training. And then stage 3 here. Then we have do pre-training here. Do fine-tuning here. And so this is when you get, let's see, classifier using data set with class labels, or you could get a personal assistant using instruction data set like this. Okay, cool. So in stage 1, we will learn about how the fundamental data pre-processing steps and code the attention mechanism at the heart of every LLM. In stage 2, we'll learn how to code and pre-train a GPT-like LLM capable of generating new text. We will also go over the fundamentals of evaluating LLMs, which is essential for developing capable NLP systems. This is actually, I'm very interested in the evaluation of LLMs because with my role at work, I think that's largely what I'm going to be responsible for a lot of the generative AI stuff we're doing. So understanding how to evaluate the foundation models will be kind of interesting because maybe I can apply that to the systems we implement. Boston Sports Cards. Sorry, I'm off topic. I don't really do code. Oh, no worries, man. I'm not trying to stay on topic. I didn't feel like working on any projects, so I just wanted to sit down and kind of study this book and work through it. So, and then I thought, hey, while I'm here, we can chat. So don't worry about throwing me off topic. I'll kind of bounce back and forth, you know. If there's comments, I'll respond to the comments. If not, I'll read, you know. I'm gonna stream for about an hour. I'm 35 minutes in, so I've got another half hour. So, do I code for work? So partly, my title is quality engineer is my title, and so we do a lot of manual testing of our software, but we also have started to do some automated testing, and all the automated testing involves writing code, which is kind of fun. That's the part that I enjoy the most. So I do a little bit of coding for work, and then the other stuff's manual. But I also I just enjoy learning how to code and program. And I would say I would say at this point I have learned, and so at this point now I just like to apply that skill to build stuff and learn other things. So, and that was really Boston Sports Cards was the whole impetus for making content at the beginning of this year. Was I was just like, you know what, I already spend, like, if I wasn't streaming right now, I'd still be sitting here either in front of this computer or in front of some other computer, and I would be learning and I would be doing. And so I thought, you know what, maybe some other people would be interested in this, and so that's why I started making the content. Like, if I figure something out, then maybe I can share that, and it'll save someone else some time from figuring the same thing out. And then I threw the live streams in there. It's just like a mix of content to try to engage with people, and to share another side of myself than just what you would see in, you know, a little short video or a tutorial like video, right? So live streams just a lot more informal. It's more casual, and you can also use live streams to like create content too, right? So you can like be having a live stream, but then also clip it up into smaller videos, which is kind of nice. Yeah. So that's why. Not that you asked why, but if you're curious why the heck I do any of this. All right, so I think that's the end of chapter 1. We made it through chapter 1. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, chapter 2. Chapter 2. And for that reason, Boston Sports Cards do not feel obligated to hang around in the stream if I am not, if the thing I'm doing that day or whatever isn't interesting. Totally feel free to move on. Did I implement the thing where troll? Yeah, I did. So there was a guy in the chat on one stream. I think his name was Clay Meekins. He had commented that, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know you could do that. So I just Googled, like, I basically just Googled, I think I Googled, whoops, where did that go? Like, I just Googled, like, YouTube comments blacklist, I think is what I commented. And I found like a list of really, really bad words, and I just copy pasted them into my channel. So now they're blocked. So yeah, you remember Clay? Yeah. That's right. Chapter 1's in the books, man. We're making progress. Although I think there's quite a few. Well, I guess only 7 chapters. 370 pages. What is that? So I'm 40 pages in. 370. So I'm 10% of the way through. I'm guessing I'm going to slow down, though, because I think in these next chapters I actually have to write some code. And then obviously when I have to go write the code, I'm going to have to figure out how to set up my dev environment, and then I haven't done any Python development in NeoVim, so that will be a whole black box. But the good thing about it is it's all opportunities to learn about things. So I have this the thing is though, here's the thing. So so here's the thing about me. I have this have you ever heard of this term called nerd sniping? I think it's an internet lingo. Um, so let's see. Can I find a definition for it? Okay, so basically, the idea of nerd sniping someone, right? It's to present someone with a very interesting problem to solve, distracting them from whatever they were doing previously. This happens to me all the time, and so this is one of my biggest problems. Is I have to be smart about not getting nerd sniped because I can end up working on something till 2 a.m. in the morning and not having worked on what I was actually planning on working on. Let's see. Who is your favorite basketball player? Like recent or like all time? I mean, if it's all time, right? Like that's kind of easy. Uh, as Michael Jordan, right? I mean, if it's all time, it's Michael Jordan. I wasn't even alive when he was in his prime. Um, but if you've seen his highlights, you've watched some of his old games. If you've seen that documentary that Netflix made, how can you not love that man? Recent. If you mean recent, then mm, probably Steph Curry. Probably Steph Curry. See, Steph Curry's 2 years older than me. Uh, so he was like at that age where like when I was in high school and was really into sports. I didn't play basketball, but I was really into sports, and so I remember like all of us sitting in the locker room watching YouTube highlights of this high school kid just like going off, you know. Um, the same thing with like if you know who Bryce Harper is. I think Bryce Harper is the same age as me. Bryce Harper. He's a baseball player, but yeah, he was born '92, so he was like a year older than me. Um, but like I remember sitting in the dugout watching highlights of Bryce Harper drop bombs, over the fence and just being blown away that there was somebody, who was who was that good. It kind of reminded you like, okay, I'm probably not going to be a professional baseball player. Uh, yeah, Steph Curry's goated for sure. He's just. I mean, like the shots he would make, how far away from the hoop he would be. I just remember like jaw dropping, watching him. Um, but it's very interesting, like to see, right, to like see this evolution of these players who like as a that were like similar age to me, and I can remember being young and watching them and be like, holy shit! And now as like a grown man, these guys are like they're they're the next they're the next Hall of Famers for their respective sports. It's weird. Time's a weird thing. I did. I played baseball and football. Those were my sports in high school. And I really, really wanted to play football in college. I really, really wanted to play football in college. Uh, but I'm 5'9", and so like I played defense. Um, and I sent out tons of tape. I sent out like I don't know. I don't even remember how many tapes I sent out, but I sent out a ton of tape. And the only invitations or callbacks I got were like, we love your motor. We think you're really talented, but we just can't give you a scholarship. They would be like, we'd like you to come play for us, but you'd have to walk on. And I mean, I loved football, but I don't think I I don't think I could make. It didn't make sense in my brain the amount of time I was going to have to devote to it, in addition to everything else, in college. And then I also was getting. I also when I went to college, I got offered pretty big academic scholarships. So it was like, well, I could go and focus on my studies and get school somewhat paid for, right? Um, yeah, nice, nice, dude. That's awesome. Well, I wish you nothing but the best in your future career, for sure, man. You've got a long road ahead of you, lots of years to develop and chase whatever it is you want to do in your sport. Okay, so need to first prepare input text for training. Um, Involves splitting text into individual word and subword tokens, which can then be encoded into vector representations for the LLM. Yeah, I appreciate that, Boston Sports Card. I consider myself like a novice at coding. Um, like I've only been doing it for a couple years and few years, I guess, at this point. And there's people who have been doing it for 20, or 30. Some of the guys I work with at work have been doing it for 10 plus, So I just never even think to like put myself on their level. Like I still look at myself as a rookie. Yeah, got a long ways to go. Quiet tonight, man. haven't seen Clay in a bit. Boston Sports Cards. I saw him a little bit yesterday, I think, was the last time I saw him. I didn't see him at all today when I was streaming. He was really asking to be a mod, and I told him I didn't need a mod, so I'm wondering if maybe he moved on because he couldn't. I don't know. Some people, and I don't know if that was Clay's. I don't know if that was what Clay's goal was, but some people seem to be just like really desperate to moderate people's streams. And I'm such a small content creator. Like I have barely anyone here in my audience tonight, and like even during the day, I only have like, I think today I had like 20 concurrent viewers, and it's just, I don't need a dedicated mod. I can moderate it myself. And so I don't know if he took offense to that or not. Maybe he's just busy and hasn't been able to hang out today. Yeah, some people. Yeah, I would say pretty generally most people want power, right? Yeah. It's a weird thing. It's a weird human thing. Excuse me. Zeke. Okay, Zeke. I'm not sure the devil loves anybody, buddy, because he's the devil. So, I think your logic there might be twisted up there a little bit. Who is Zeke? I have no idea. I have no idea who that guy is. This is just another random that stopped by in the YouTube chat to drop a lovely comment. Which is, I mean, that's fine. I mean, if that's how he wants to live his life. No shade here. I've only got another 7 minutes or so in me, and then I'm hopping off. But is he or she on TikTok? No, he's in YouTube, or at least I think he's on YouTube. That's how it shows up in my. I wonder how. I guess fucking isn't on my banned words. But okay, Zeke, I think I'm gonna time you out, buddy. Have a good night. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you can't see on Boston Sports Cards. Maybe you have some sort of filter or something on. You don't see him. Yeah. I wonder where. I don't know how he got through then. He's in my restream. Which my restream only the restream only works with YouTube and Twitch chat. I guess TikTok doesn't have an API for chat that you can use to send messages to restream. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Anytime. I'll hang out and chat anytime. Can I try it so you know if it works but don't ban me? Yeah, sure, man. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Go for it. Let her loose. I'm sure the list that I put in isn't exhaustive, you know. So there's definitely probably like someone posted something this morning in one of my streams that was an obvious. They were obviously trying to bypass the filter. It's interesting that I saw him and you didn't, though. So I wonder maybe if there's something on an individual user level. Yeah, that got through Boston Sports Cards, and I don't know if that's on my list. Let me check. Let me pull it up real quick. I might need to add that one. I mean, honestly, that word doesn't offend me though. Let's see. Settings, community moderation. It's kind of wild that how many hidden users I have from the channel at the moment. There's a ton in here. Let's see. I've got lots of variations of fuck, but not fucking. I'll add that. There we go. Yeah, I put that on there as a variant. Yeah. I mean, honestly though, it does that particular word doesn't even bother me. It's more of the slurs type stuff that really gets to me. And when I say gets to me, it's more of I just don't want that in my chat. It doesn't make me have a bad day. But I just don't want it in my chat. Of course, man. Yeah. Make any videos you want. They don't have to be to tell people to subscribe to me, but yeah. If you feel like you want to do that, go for it, man. Create all the content you want to create. Okay, I'm gonna, let's see, I left off, what is this, page 19? No, page 41. Page 41. What am I on? Paragraph 3? Paragraph 3? That's where we'll pick this up again. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for me. That's my hour. Thanks for hanging out with me, Boston Sports Cards. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night, man. Go Celtics tomorrow. I don't know if I'll see you or if you'll be watching the game or whatever, but hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Have a good Thursday ahead of you. And yeah, I'll talk to you next time. And if anybody else is there lurking, hanging out, thanks for stopping in, hanging, saying hi, watching. I appreciate it. I am gonna go to bed. No, I'm probably not gonna go to bed, but I am gonna get off here and just chill, hang out. I might explore a new video game. I don't know. Maybe I'll work on some code. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna hop off here. I've done enough streaming today. I think I've streamed 3 hours total today. Yeah, you're always welcome here, man. Appreciate you. All right, I'll see you guys in another stream or another video or short or something. So